Yeah, so just tell me the story of how you got into herbalism and what you found out once you started.
So I'm an artist, and I was doing an artist residency, or had been invited to do an artist residency in Ireland, and had been curious about herbs for a while. I had done a residency upstate and focused on herbs because I had broken my hand and that's all I could do. And then I realized, with my background in nursing, I had an obligation to be more informed. So I just started taking classes in herbalism and was invited to this artist residency in Ireland. But before I went, I looked online and put in Irish herbalism, and to my surprise, my father's name came up as a Hereditary Herbalism Family who ran an Herbal Medical School from 1400 to 1700. And looking a little deeper, had started working as this family of herbalisms for kings and, over generations from 1100 to 1700 or 1695. And I dug a little deeper and got the name of an herbalist who might know more about these families, and discovered she was the author of this paper. She taught about traditional Irish herbalism at the University College of Cork, and her name is Rosaria Kingston. And in going back and forth with her, she invited me to come and stay with her after the residency. So I did. And while I was there, she asked me my mother's maiden name. And she said, well, that's a derivative of the Irish word for medicine and physician. And they were also this hereditary herbalism family in Ireland. The way, and she, I stayed for a few days, and she taught me, somewhat about these traditions. And she said the reason that herbalism had ended was Ireland had been colonized by the British, and over time it became more and more difficult to actually do anything as somebody who lived there before them. And eventually these laws were instituted called the penal laws, and it actually made it illegal for people to, practice medicine, to have a profession, to be educated, to own anything, land or property, and that tradition ended. But then to go back and discover that, having been a registered nurse for 13 years and already starting down this path and embedding myself in these practices, to find out that my ancestors on both sides of my family had been doing this for, 700, 800 years, and without anybody knowing, and then calling home and, having that conversation with my family and having everybody, just say, what? To learn that about our history was really phenomenal. And to be able to sort of step into that DNA and to reclaim that tradition and knowledge has been very powerful for me.